Hey everyone, and happy day after Thanksgiving, Black Friday to some of you. Welcome to the show. My name is Mark Schilling, and I'm here with Fabric Hut, and I'm glad that you could join us. So let's talk a little bit about things as we get started here. We'll repeat a number of things as more folks get tuned in. I see 4 of you have arrived. If you can hear me, just type yes in the chat for me. I'd really appreciate making sure that I know that everybody can hear me and I'm not talking to the wind. But welcome. It's the day after Thanksgiving. Thought we'd do a show and see if it made sense, to get together. Because, I mean, for a lot of us, now for me, myself, I used to work in retail a lot. So I worked in a lot of craft retail stores, regular big box specialty retail stores. And the day after Thanksgiving, as a manager, organizing all of that, not a very fun time, not a very festive time of the year. And so I'm thankful ever since I have gotten out of the day-to-day in the store retail. I've been very happy about that. But I know some of you probably went out this morning, but I thought the stream would be just, a way to not be in the stores, pushing, shoving, looking for those deals, things like that, just to have a little bit of fun. We'll talk about some deals. I've got a little project we're going to do while we're here. Just kind of my take on a pinwheel snowflake block, and a couple of options with that, with some of my favorite techniques like the HST, the half square triangle. So I see a lot of folks are coming in. I appreciate you joining me. Like I said, I wasn't sure how this was going to go. I just hate being out in the stores. So I thought, hey, let's get together. I always noticed that when I did run the stores and I was in the stores, it was always, folks coming in just to get away from the house. They would come into the craft store or to the quilt shop just to get away and just find some inspiration, hang out. Most of the time it wasn't coming in to get a great deal. It was more of a respite from the cooking and the prep and all the holiday stuff that goes along with it. So let me know where you're coming from. I see Patty is already, she knows the drills, letting us know that she's in Vermont. Appreciate that. Appreciate Quilting On is here. Monica, I see Val, Elena, Laura, Cheryl, thank you all for being here. Really appreciate it. We'll go over the deals. We'll talk a little bit about Black Friday deals here in just a moment as we get started. For ultimately just grab your favorite, cup of coffee or whatever. And I've got my little sticker on here. Life is just better when I'm quilting. Thought I would just brew up a cup of coffee. We'll go over some deals. We'll do some sewing. We'll chit chat and hang out. We got Bend, Oregon in here. Glenda's joining us. Elena's from Northern California. Excellent. Hopefully you're not in that area that had so much snow. My son lives in Northern California. He kept sending me snow pictures this last week. Good thing I didn't have to make the trip down there. Okay, so let's talk a little bit about Black Friday. So what I'm going to do here, just if you haven't shopped the page, here's what I'd like to know. If you're joining us and you haven't been to the page to look at the Black Friday deals yet, just say, I haven't. Or, yeah, I haven't, or 0. That would be great. I'm just curious. I'm going to drop the link into chat here for you if you haven't been there. So the Black Friday ad for us at the Fabric Hut went live earlier this week. I think it was Monday. And so we've had a lot of sales, a lot of things going on there. There's a few things I wanted to kind of talk about and showcase with you. We'll go into it, and we'll actually share the screen. We'll go into the page. But a couple of the highlights I really want to point out to everyone. So if you haven't been there, definitely follow the link when you get a chance. You can stay with us. There's plenty of time. But one of the big things is every order is going to ship with these little clips. These are those little sewing clips. There's a pack of 50 here. Doesn't matter, big or small. Every order is going to ship with a pack of these. And so, I mean, that's a nice little $12 value. We sell them all the time. I have my tin here. Use them all the time for keeping things organized, keeping things together. I absolutely love them. I think they're a great thing. The second thing is if you spend over $100 with us in one order. So you'll spend $100 in an order, and that's not hard to do. As we know, we've all been to the, been shopping online or to the quilt shop. We know we can easily come out of there. But the quilt bags, let me grab them here. They're under the tree. Hey, I got the tree up. I'm way ahead of schedule this year. Normally this doesn't get up till December, but I got it up this week. It hasn't been decorated. I only have 2 snowflakes. But with the $100 order, you get the quilt storage bag with the clear window here. So you get a 2-pack of these. This is the 50 liter. The other one's down below. It's just the same thing except larger. Let's see. It's zippered. You got a nice zipper here. It's not structured, right? It's a bag, right? But it sets up to give you that square look where you can get your quilts in there. You can see what it is. Keep the dust off of them. Keep them nice and fresh. I like to throw a little sachet or something in there, something from Scentsy or something in there to kind of keep it smelling good and what have you. But these are great. But every order over $100 will get a free set of these. The 50 and the 75 will ship together. They're nice and flat when they come to you. Then you can just unpack them. But this is a really nice gift. Again, this is like a $25 value for orders over $100. So this is a really great deal. I encourage you. So you get this no matter what. You get the clips no matter what. And then this would go here at $100. You're going to get these 2 items for free, plus whatever else you bought. So love that deal. I definitely want to make sure that I showcase that in this stream for our folks that are so kind to join me and not leave me here alone on Black Friday while everybody else is out shopping. All right, so I'm going to set this down for now. We'll bring it back up here in a minute. The third thing that I always like to point out with the promotions is the Rotary blades are all on sale. So every Rotary blade is at the 50% off sale with our 10 packs. So this is a great time of the year. You don't have to wait for a promo or anything like that. These are already ready to go. Your 10 packs are here. Okay. And they're all on sale. So this is a great time to get your blades. So definitely, if you haven't, or you're thinking that you need blades, this is the week to do it. Okay. But with the 45 millimeter slotted version, okay, that's the version we're selling here. Every order will get the free Rotary handle. This is that ergo. Take it off safety. The ergo. So you get that one for free. It's already preloaded with a blade. Has our logo on it. Super easy to use. Got the locking mechanism so you can't get it rolling out. So you get that for free. So every 10 pack of the slotted version gets the Rotary handle for free. So lots of great incentives, great reasons to pick up a few items and get some things set up for the holiday season. So definitely would encourage you to take advantage of those because these deals don't come around very often. So for us, and I know that everybody's saying that. I mean, I've been in the retail industry. I know everybody's lowest prices of the season type stuff. And again, I don't want to turn this show into just let me sell you some stuff. We'll definitely talk some other things, but want to make sure you had that. In addition, I want to point out a couple things. If you're going to the page, and I'll link and drop it in one more time here. We'll do it again here later on as well. But the charm packs are on sale, and the charm packs are a great item. I love this one. This is the 102 white on white, and it's really hard to see on camera. But I'm going to get in here a little tight and see if we can't get this angle right. But what I'm trying to show you here is maybe if I pull them out, we'll just pull them out for a second. If I get some light behind them, it generally works a little better. But you can see this white on white. And I learned this the other day when I was actually in a quilt shop. I was looking at some fabric and I was holding it up to the light so I could see the pattern. But this is the white on white. And by doing it against the light, single or just a few pieces, you can see the patterns. But there are so many in this set. 102 different white on white 5-inch charms in this pack. There are just so many. You can go through, find the ones you like the best for whatever project you're working on, or incorporate them into a project. But these are incredibly nice. And again, at 102 for the price, it is a great value and it's a great item to grab. And I know there's a lot of fat quarter deals and charm packs and strip roll deals out there, but definitely take a look at that in there. And with everything, there's so many different ones that are some of the fabrics that you see in our kits. And so I had this one out. We used this one in a live stream a little while ago, this pack with the swirls. and all the different colors. There's so many different colors. I won't be able to flip through all of them for you, but there's just so many different ones, and then some of the blender type fabrics. But definitely take a look. Yeah, blacklight, Lindy, absolutely. The blacklight works really well on showcasing those. So check those out. And then of course, as always, and I only have I have two of them ready to go here, but I didn't bring them out of the warehouse because the warehouse is somewhere else. I didn't order any extras, but you know, the kits, right? The kits are on sale as well. And so when we're talking about all of these bonuses, Whispering Pines, I mean, this one was so popular all year long, and it still continues to be popular. All your triangles are squared off, your corners are cut off, and you're ready to go. The kits are on sale as well, and this is a great time to grab them. And if that's not enough, again, I don't want to feel salesman-y because I'm not, but with this code right here, folks, TFH20, if you enter that coupon code at checkout, you're going to get 20% off your entire order. So again, this is about as good as it gets for promotional pricing and deals and free gifts. And, you know, for us, I mean, this is a great opportunity. So you've got what even on sale prices at 20% off will come right off the top. Okay, so you've got the incentives of the free clips, you've got the bags, a free handle with your rotary blades, and then you get the 20% off. So this is really one of those things where I encourage you to really take a look at what your needs are for the next few months or for the next year. We're going to go into the window here for a second, and I'm going to share a screen, and I'm going to show you a little bit about what we've got here. Okay, so as I'm here on the screen with you, this is the Black Friday link that I just gave you. You can see we've got a countdown timer. This deal will end in about 6 days, 10 hours. And as you go through, you can see everything I just talked about, 20% off all products, your free clips, your free storage bag, free cutter when you buy a 10-pack of blades, okay? There's my promo video, kind of showing some of the other stuff. You don't need to watch that. You're here with me today. But then the other thing I'll point out is kind of like these promo packs. And we've listed them by state. Not that they relate to a state by any means, but it was just an easy way for us to keep them straight when we are trying to maintain orders. We're a small company, you don't have a huge sophisticated system. So using the states was a nice way to do that. So you could get all four of these at a reduced price. So normally $153, $138. Okay. I love this bundle right here, this Nevada bundle that's right here in the center of the screen. And the reason why is that's two of the really the brick builder, the very quick and easy, straightforward or beginner quilts. And you can get them for the 2-pack of them for $250. So this is a great gift item, especially if you're trying to get someone or you want to get someone introduced to quilting, or you have a young person that you need to give them a project. Either the snowman or the prairie flowers version. But for $250, you get 2 kits. And remember, kits come with all your fabric pre-cut, your binding strips, and your backing. So you get your top, your binding, and your backing. You just got to get your own fill and put that in there. But everything comes ready to go. And these are 2 great kits. These are probably 2 of my favorite because they're so straightforward, and they're the one thing I can introduce a new quilter to and get them going really quick. As I said, the charm packs are on sale. Lots of different charms. Please take a look at the shop and see if there's anything you like. And again, you can see all of the quilts are on sale. Floral Harmony, another top seller, on sale. You get 20% off of that price with the TFH20. The TFH20, that's the fabric cut, right? TFH20. Gosh, everybody loves the hen house. You can get 20% off of that one as well. And then, of course, the blades. And remember, if you need those 20, 60, 28, 60, and 45 blades, definitely check those out. And remember, that's the other thing, and I'm going to take us off of share here, but remember that there are 2 different versions of blade holes, I guess, they're blade styles. And when we hear people say, oh, well, the blades don't work, the first question I always ask is, what is your center hole? because the center hole is the difference in most blades. So there's two versions. There's a round all the way around. It's perfectly round. And then the second one is we'll get a couple of these out here so we can see them up against the camera. I haven't done this in a video in a while, so I think it's important to do it. But when you're looking, of course, trying to be careful here, right? We've got dangerous, sharp objects, and we always talk to you about how sharp our blades are, okay? But there are two versions, okay? And let me grab a piece of, well, just grab a piece of fabric here. We'll throw it through the back here. Okay, so there's two different versions. This is what we call a slotted. This is really one of the more popular. This is what fits your Alpha and a lot of the folks that have copied that handle design. Okay, so your Alpha with the slotted. So when you're looking, you want to check and see, is this the blade that I've been using, or is it the round hole version? Okay, pull this one up here. Again, trying to be as careful as possible. You don't want any injuries live on the internet. Okay, so then you have the round hole version, and Fiskars uses this. Quilters Select uses that. There are a lot of different, there's two different really main styles that you'll see as far as handle and blade compatibility. So when you're looking and you're making your purchase, just double check that, see what you already have, and then choose accordingly. And the reason why the free handle goes for the slotted version is because that's the handle design for that version. So that's why that one, and not the other size, not the round size, has a free handle that goes with it. Okay. All right. I'm going to put these away. Let's see these are the titanium coated blades. Yep. That's the ones that we sell. Okay. So when you're shopping, there's two versions. Just double check which one that you have and need, and that'll take care of it. So that's kind of the gist of the Black Friday sale deals. Again, with the free products, if you're just joining us, please check that out. Again, this is a great time when I can offer you 20% off, already sale priced, give you some free gifts. Blades, no matter what the size, are automatically on sale. No worries about trying to find the promo or trying to find that very narrow window when those are on sale. Just, you can pick those up now. So let's chill out for a second. I want to get back into chat. Okay. Saw some folks come in. There's 34, 35 of you joining us. And again, remember, we're on Facebook and on YouTube. So there's numbers are a little different depending on where you're viewing us from. See, Betty's joining us from Colorado. Appreciate that. Julie's coming in from Minnesota. Thank you for the applause, Laura. Appreciate that. Yeah, the deals are great. They're definitely worthy of an applause, right? Great question. What are y'all working on? Let's talk about that. What's going on? What are we working on? Are we all done with Christmas gifts, or are we trying to rush and hurry and get those done? What's going on with your projects right now? Snowed in Erie, Pennsylvania. Oh, wow. Haven't got snow yet. We actually got a little sun today, which was kind of surprising. So I have a little bit of black back glare because normally we're up against this wall, but the Christmas tree's here and I didn't have enough room for the wall space. So we're looking out the back door, sliding door. But no snow for us yet. Let's see. Deneen from Illinois, welcome. Thank you for joining us. Lou is coming in from Utah. Ocala, Florida, Betty, thank you. Elaine from Maryland. All right. Thanks for joining us, Quilting On. I appreciate it. About the 20-piece needle threader. You can definitely send an email. Absolutely. Yeah. I mean, it's a new product for us, that little threader thing. I haven't gotten mine yet, so I haven't seen it. I haven't got to play with it yet, but it's a new product that was just introduced. So yeah, definitely. You can send it to customer care. I'll drop the banner in there if you like. Absolutely, send it to me. Take a look, see what's going on with that. All right. Lenny from Wilmington, California. Cave Creek is in with Carrie. Marilyn's in from Ontario. You know, Elena, I'm not sure. Like I said, I haven't got to play with it, so I haven't got to see it. I'm not a big fan of needle threaders in general. I think that there's way too many failure points on any system, even on our machines. I think that after a little while, and it just depends on the needles that you're using, there's too many fail points. So, but I appreciate the feedback. Like I said, I'd love to hear, read your thoughts. So go ahead and send that to me. Take a look at it, see what we can do. All right, Margaret's from San Francisco Bay. Catherine's from New Hampshire. All right, so what are you working on? So what's the November, December? Do you get to quilt a lot? I guess is my first question. I know there's so many things going on, and everyone's lives are a little bit different. You know, whether you have kids or grandkids, or you live near or away from family. I know there's a lot of variables that come into play there, but you know, what are you working on? So that, I mean, that's my question, right? What are you working on, and how much time do you get to quilt this time of the year? I think everybody would appreciate seeing that. Remember, if you haven't joined on Facebook or you're not in the Facebook group, I mean, there's lots of questions where we all talk and just get to know one another. So feel free to do that here as well. Okay. For me, as we wait for folks to get typing, I know we got some of us are on phones or on tablets, so it takes a little bit to type those in. For me, you know, I'm working on a few real basic projects. Nothing super fancy for me this year. I am trying to work through some fat quarters. I've got these holiday batiks. We don't sell these, unfortunately, but I've got these holiday batiks here working through, and was going to make some napkins and napkin rings. I've got some handkerchiefs that are sports themed for a couple of my buddies. This project will go to a centerpiece project, and I'll talk a little bit about that here in a little bit. But I don't have any large quilt projects in play right now. I mean, I have so many kits here that I've sewn on that I could in demo that I could get into and finish, but I just haven't got there. Let's see. Lenny's working on a plaid quilt. Love plaids. What colors? Lenny, what colors are you using? Are you using the traditional red, or did you work some greens and others? Laura, is Christmas projects all finished, and some of them are even shipped? Congratulations. Everybody give Laura a hand. Finished projects and in the mail. You are living the dream. You are living the dream. I love that. Hi, Vicki, coming in from Ohio. Appreciate you joining us. Finished double wedding ring, king size. Woo! Those are massive. That is a lot of work, Marilyn. Wow. That is a big, big quilt. Woo! All right. Okay, Val. Send me an email, Val. Let me know what's going on with those. And like I said, I mean, threaders are threaders, right? It's just like seam rippers. You know, I have a ton. People send me a ton of them to try them out. I think this one's Clover. You know, I mean, it works, but it's not my favorite go-to, but it was the one that was sitting here at the time. I mean, some notions some of them are great, some of them are not. They happen, but overall, you know, like I said, send me a message. I'll take care of that. Grays, blacks, and browns. I love that, Lenny. That's a great color. And Lou, you finished 5 gnome table runners. Those are going to be treasured gifts. I really like that gnome table runner. I mean, you get to bring it out, but it's something that once someone decorates their table with it, I mean, it's out all season. So, and honestly, that gnome table runner could lay out for, I mean, they could fit in your theme with a woodland theme or cozy cabin theme. I mean, I could totally see that at the cabin. So that's cool. Love that. Yeah, manly. I love that. Yeah, we've got a couple of concepts in the manly colors. Obviously, you know, I'm here. We have Ricardo, who, you know, we'd like to have some quilts that are maybe more gender neutral instead of a lot of the pinks. Although we love the pinks, we love the purples and all the fun colors, but definitely we saw some really great grays, blacks. tonals at the quilt market down in Houston. So hopefully some of those will come into play. All right, what other projects are we working on? All right. Okay. Finish the Boo Table Runner. Super fun one. I love the colors, the new fabrics we added to that one. That one got reintroduced with some different fabrics and a little different layout this year. And there were 2 versions, and those are also in the shop and ready to go. So remember, there's 35, 36 different kits in the shop if you need them. All right. So what did everybody do yesterday? Yesterday, of course, Thanksgiving. What's your go-to? And I'm just going to talk to you about that as we get a few things set up here. I'm going to get some things organized on the other side. Hopefully get the sew cam going today, the sewing cam today. I'm working on that right now. So what did everybody do yesterday? For us, I'll say that my wife and I, we went to see her family about 120 miles away over outside of Portland. I smoked a bunch of meat out on my smoker out back the night before. Some brisket, some smoked turkey breasts, just real simple. Basically, we've just smoked a lot of meat and then said everybody's got meal prep for the next week, taken care of. So that's what we did. What did you all do? What traditions do you have? All right. Anybody have anything that they did yesterday that was super fun? Or are you just waiting for me to move the show along? All right. Carrie hosted dinner for 14, I bet. That's kind of what this whole stream was about, honestly. I mean, we drove in and out of town yesterday, which it's not too far. It takes us about, I guess it's not even 120 miles. It's probably less than that. But it takes us about 90 minutes in and 90 minutes out. So we did the trip in and trip out, but all of the work leading up to it, that's a lot of work. And yeah, that's what I thought. I mean, we'd run the show, run the stream, and just kind of hang out and visit if those who were interested. But cooking for a lot of people, right? We've done that. My sister, we normally spend Christmas with her, and I know that she cooks for about 24, 25 on Thanksgiving, and so it's a lot. So yeah, put your feet up, Carrie. You got your turkey badge. You know, pat on the back. I hope everyone was appreciative of all that hard work. Elena's cooking with her daughters. Charge of the turkey. Oh, one was in charge of the turkey. Charge of the pies. Did all the sides. Yeah, love the sides. Right, the sides are great. Turkey, of course, star of the show most of the time. Just a regular Thursday for Maryland. Totally get that. Right. There's been some years that's the way it goes. Right. It's too far to travel. Not a lot going on. Sometimes just don't feel like wanting to do it. Right. All right. Right on. Okay. Well, I'm going to talk a little bit about today's project. Again, it's nothing fancy. There's some really great Snowflake quilts out there, but there are a lot of pieces, right? A lot of moving parts, more than what we could do here in a stream. But one of the things I was working on is a half square triangle Christmas theme or Christmas style with some Christmas fabrics. And so that's what I came up with, and that's what we'll talk about a little bit today. So the fabrics I chose, I'll show you here. Like here's the white. It's just whoops, I got the blue back there, and that's showing through. I picked a few fabrics, and I'm just going to do some HST. So this is a little snowflake white on white. Here's my light blue. Okay, it's a nice little white blue powder. And then for my darker fabric, I'm using a different dark blue snowflake design. And what we're doing here is essentially half square triangles. Okay, we're doing half square triangles. Let me grab that sheet and I'll kind of walk you through what we're doing. Let me fold this real quick. I'll just kind of show you kind of my approach to this one. It's really kind of like the whirligig pinwheel, or just a straight standard star with the fabrics. But I'm going to talk mostly about this one on the screen here. So as you can see, it's 2 blues and a white, 16 squares, pretty simple. But what I love about this project is that once we get going, and I'll show you this in a second, you can go to, more of the traditional star out of your HSTs, but we're just going to crank out a bunch of HSTs. And what we'll do here is I'm going to move over to the other cam as soon as I can get it booted in, and I'll sew a couple. I'll just kind of show you the way I do 4 HSTs at a time. I'm sure a lot of you, especially those of you who are more skilled, and there's a lot of us at different varying levels, right? And I typically will always show more of a beginner style because I'm not a great sewer. Been in the industry a long time, but I don't sew a ton, right? I don't get that opportunity very often, so I'm not one that's a great person to sew. And so I generally will show things that are more user-friendly, beginner-friendly as we go. So I'm going to enter the studio with that. And I'm going to turn off my mic here, and I'm going to switch mics for us here. How's that? Were you able to hear me now? Hopefully, Joyce. Looks like I lost you for a second. Still trying the technical difficulties. See if I can't get in here again. All right, can you hear me now? Okay, great. All right, I'm not gonna, like I said, I'm gonna be doing a few things on both cams. Hopefully this will help. So what we're doing here is we're starting with 5-inch squares. So we're gonna start with 5-inch squares, same side together. I'm gonna come over to the camera and we're just gonna load up and go. And this is how I use the clips, okay? So drop my thread here out of the way. All right. All right. As you can see real quick as we get going here, I use this sheet. This is the old Post-it note. These are the outdoor Post-it notes. And I use the clips to help me so I don't have to do a lot of pinning to get me in and out. And all I'm going to do here is I'm going to sew my 1/4-inch seam allowance as we go here. And as I get to the end here, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to lift up the foot, lift up the needle. I'm going to pivot. I'm going to remove this clip. I'm going to drop it back down. And I'm not going to break the thread. I'm just going to continue sewing. So I'll drop it and we'll continue on. We're going to do this all the way around. And we're going to rotate again. Drop the needle. One more time. Needle up. Foot. Take off the last clip. Drop it down. Drop the needle. And run it through. Okay, nothing super difficult here. Everybody has this skill set in their bag, um, I'm sure. But this is the way to get to those quick HSTs. So by doing this, I'm going to rotate this camera around now and come in here and see if I can't get the angle right. Here we go. So what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to take my square and let's see here. I have a little bit of a challenge here with where the another ruler. We'll use this one. So all I'm going to do now is I'm just going to cut on the diagonal here. And by doing that, I mean, we're going to get four of our HSTs really fast this way. So I'm here, going back, okay. That sets up, okay. And then I'll just rotate it real quick and we'll do it again, going the other way. I think okay. All right. So I got a little snipper there. Probably should have changed my blade, but gosh, I've had the same blade in that Olfa for, gosh, I want to say 3 months now. We've had this Olfa Splash. I'll show it on the big screen. This Olfa Splash, and this is the first blade I put in. So might be time to replace, but I've been sewing and cutting with it for months. So here's the thing. Once we're done with that, what we have here is our HSTs. Okay. We have our HSTs, and all I'm going to do now is trim them up real fast. And of course, we would press them out. Okay. But we would just trim them up nice and quick. And this will give us basically 4 of the half square triangles in 3 1/4 inch. Okay, so 3 1/4 inch. So that's the basis for everything we're doing here. And I'll just take these off because we don't need these for this exact project right now. I have a few of them already cut and pressed. So when we get them done, we have them pressed out. And as you can see, we press to the dark side. So we just pressed them nice and straight to the dark side. Okay. And where am I at here? Here we go. I have a little bit of a delay on that screen. There we go. So a little bit there. Okay. So I'm going to turn the SoCam off and we're going to go back to the main screen. All right, so we're back on the main screen. And what we'll do with that camera is we'll move some things around. I'll show you how this is going to lay out. Okay. Everybody still with me? Hi, Karen. All right. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to bring this camera in a little closer. And actually, we're going to bring it around. Let's do this. Let's try it this way. Okay. Well, I dropped you. I apologize for that. And that's not going to work either. Let's try it over here. All right, we're going to try it like, there we go. I like that view a little bit better. Okay, so let's talk a little bit about the layout. And again, we'll use this as our guide. I'll put that back here for you. We're working on this one right here. So when we get them, all we're going to do is start laying out our pinwheel design. Okay, so our pinwheel design is this. So we start here with the pinwheel, okay? And then we're just extending the petals out. Okay. Compute it just a little farther. Okay. So then we're there. So now we've got that secured. Now all we're going to do is add in some additional squares. Now these are 3.5 inch squares. I just pre-cut them, or 3.25 inch. I'm sorry, 3.25 inch. Okay, so each wing gets one here. The last one goes up here. And then we'll finish off with some white corners. Okay. That's the right side. There we go. So there you can see, oops, a little farther. Maybe push this forward a little bit more. No, we got to go backwards. There we go. A little opposite. Sorry about that. Again, not able to have all the camera angles with this particular service that we're currently using. Hoping to change that here shortly. But as you can see, we've got this design laid out and it works pretty well. And I love that, right? But here's the thing. What do you think? I mean, I guess what do you think of this? I mean, the four at a time makes things pretty quick, right? So we've got this design here. And again, it's a great way, throw a border on it, stack a few of them out the side. You know, this 3 of these with a border gives you a nice little table runner, okay? Because you're 3.25 here, right? So you're going to finish at 3 inches. So you're basically making a 12-inch block, which super easy. You can change the size if you like. I just start with the 5-inch charm pack to get things started, right? Or the 5-inch square standard. But here's what's interesting. I love taking these out, okay? And then we bring in, right? We bring in additional, just bring in additional squares and change it a little bit, okay? So let's go like this, okay? Now we have something a little bit different going across the top. I'll take these out. And I didn't press these out, but I would have. I could have. But we could easily get into something a little different. Okay, over here. Okay. Change some things up here. Actually, we'll rotate this guy. But the idea here with this is that you can change this into whatever makes sense for you, okay? So I'm going to do this just for fun. I want to do this. I want to change just the orientation of our blocks for just a moment here. It'll all make sense in a second, I promise, okay? We'll come around here. We want the top here, creating a little bit of a sawtooth look. Then we're going to come back. We're going to get a different look here on the star itself. That's squared up there. Okay, we're going to change this one just a little bit. Bring this one. Oops. I want to be, let me think here. There we go. I want to be like that. Yeah. Get a different layout of this one. Now you can see that star coming back. Okay. And then we'll go here. And I think I want to do this like so. Here we go. Do this like so. All right, now we're getting there. Now you can start to see it coming together just a little bit differently. It's a super fun block. I want to finger press these just so we can use them right now. Here's a question. How many of you have, what do you use instead of going to the iron all the time? What are you using to press when you just want to get some things rolling and you don't want to break out the iron and do a full press? What do you use? I'm curious. Because I've always been the guy that gets out the iron and starts over. What do y'all use? And we haven't trimmed all of these yet, but you get the idea. And as we finish here, okay, with a finger press, wooden seam roller, okay. Yep, I like that idea. Fold that in there like so. But here you go, you get a different look. I think I goofed this one. Here it is. This guy is wrong. This guy should be. Always have to think just a little bit. There we go. There we go. Now we get a different star. Okay, we get a little different star look. Okay, and if you wanted to, though, you could extend that ribbon out there and get that look as well, just by rotating, okay, 180 degrees. So you can play with this, and again, even though we know that this is kind of a half square pinwheel to start with, it gives you that idea that you can play with it. And when you introduce a Christmas fabric to it, then you have something that's a little bit different. The other thing that could happen, of course, is you could then, change things out and even center up with a different color. And I can do that here. Just take out the 4 in the middle. Okay. And just change the color with another 4 piece, right? Let's do it like this. Okay. I want to be here. There we go. So now you have a darker center with the outside as well. All right. Yeah. A wooden seam roller. Yeah, Elena, I like that. Great block. Yeah, it's a very versatile block, right? It's very versatile. You can do a lot of things with it. And so I'm going to just show you this. Okay. So here is a few other versions of it. Okay. And so all we're doing here is swapping out some solids. So if you just cut your blocks that we were going to use, I'm going to flip this back. So remember on the first one, we put the dark color here with white squares. Just rotate that idea. Now your squares, your dark colors go inside. You create a different set of HSTs. So that's only 2 times around on your sewing, right? You get this. This could then go inside of this, and then you extend it with your original HST. So what I love about it is you can go a long ways, and this could be the center of a snowflake quilt. Yeah, I love the dark center. Yeah, I think it pops. I don't know if I've got great light on it. Let me see if I can do a little better job for us here. Lighting's a little tricky with the sunlight today, but the idea here is that you can play with this whole HST by using just a fabric from a certain holiday and a certain color scheme. I mean, I think like these here, right? I mean, these are just little fat quarters out of this batiks I picked up or it was gifted to me. I mean, you could do the same thing with any of these because the color scheme is there. Just get some whites and do the same thing. So it changes how you feel about and how the visual representation is just based on the fabrics that you are looking at. Because when I look at this and I see snowflakes in the fabric, right, then, you can see them and you can say, okay, it's snowflake. It's snowflake. Or it's something different, right? And again, with HSTs, you can always play and get something completely different. If you don't like that and you want to do something else, now you're back into a whole different ball of wax. Okay. You can easily get back into 4-patch. Get right back into something that fits your needs or not. I mean, just whatever you feel like, right? That's what I love about it. Diane, no, this is the live today. This is what we're doing. We're just going through. We're doing talking about some holiday stuff. We'll go back through here in just a moment when I go back to the main screen. But the idea is easy, right? You're just taking 5-inch squares and you're sewing the perimeter on your 1/4-inch seam. You're cutting them on the diagonal, and you're ready to go. One of the things I did want to say is when you do a 5-inch 4 at a time, you end up with 3 1/4-inch finished squares once you press them out. So these from 5-inch turns into 3 1/4. So then when you're doing your perimeter blocks or your accent blocks or your solids, you just want to make sure that they're 3 1/4 so you don't have to do any trimming up or any squaring. So that's just one additional thing. And then the last thing that popped up 3 times this week, and I'm just going to make sure I share it. Some folks were having trouble. They were getting some of the ink or whatever out of their fabrics when they were marking. And I always want to say, if you're new, the friction pin is a great way to use this. You can get this at the office supply store. The friction pins are heat reactive, so you can mark on fabric, but then when you add heat to it, especially like with a press or even a wash, it'll disappear. So the friction pins are a lifesaver, and there's a lot of different versions, but you can find these pretty cheap on sale. Okay. All right. Now let's back up here, and we'll go ahead and get back to the regular part of the show. I'm going to move that camera up one more time. We're going to go through the deals again. But what did you think of that block? I mean, is that interesting? I mean, it's a fun little block. I think HSTs are so versatile, and so something you can do. And again, when you're sewing, we're just sewing them together, right? We're just 4 rows sew together. And I won't bore you with that. I mean, I think that's kind of boring to watch on a live stream. Maybe if we do a sew along where we give you the materials list and we're all going to be at our machines, that makes a little more sense. But for a live stream like this on the holiday weekend, I think it's just easier to move right through. Yeah, hope that's helpful. I mean, it's just another way to look at holiday projects. And these are things you can do quickly. Like, I mean, this took me literally just a few minutes. I just needed to make sure I had 5-inch squares. And then, you know, you saw me sew it. It wasn't very long. I don't sew very fast. My machine's not set to go super fast because I'm not confident. But, you know, you're just sewing the perimeter, and you could do a stack. You could take an entire charm pack and just sit there for 15 minutes and have a stack of ready to go half square triangles. And then once you cut them, trim up the dog ears, and then you're starting back into assembly, and you're just twisting things around to get those in. Okay. All right. So I want to go ahead and hit us again one time on the Black Friday stuff. And just a quick reminder, of course, you know the website. That's how you got here. Remember, if you're not on both the Facebook, if you didn't like the retail page, that's you can like. You can join the Facebook group. There's a lot of good things happening there. Okay. And then, of course, on YouTube, for those of you watching on YouTube, make sure you hit the subscribe and the bell. That lets you know when I go live. Okay. And then, of course, you check out our Instagram page as well. So let's review the Black Friday deal. I'm going to drop the link into chat one more time and talk about all those things that are on sale. Okay. So that link will take you to the page, and that gives you all the access. Quick reminders for those that were here at the beginning or those who are just coming in. Every order ships with a pack of 50 clips. Every order during this week ships with a pack of 50 clips. Okay. All right. So that's a free gift. Second free gift, if you reach $100, it's real easy to do. A kit will get you there right away, but every order over $100 gets a free set. There's 2 of them in this set of these quilt storage bags. Okay. Clear front so you can see what's inside. zipper top. This is the 50 liter. The other one is 75 and a little bit larger. Okay, but easy handles, keeps your quilt dust free, keeps them organized so you can see them. They fit really nice on the shelf. Again, a lot of people thought they were boxes and they're not. So that's one thing I'll point out. They're soft sided, but they're set up with the gusseted, the way that they're cut, that they will stack, or that they can stack, but they'll sit flat on your shelf. Okay, so you get both of those with orders over $100. Okay, all right. With that, remember, if you order a 10-pack of titanium rotary blades with a slot, you get a free rotary handle preloaded with one blade. So you're essentially getting 11 rotary blades and the handle. This is this ergo, right? It's always, I guess I can do it left-handed. So take the safety off and deploys, okay? It's a great little unit. All the blades are on sale at 50% off. So if you need the larger size. Hey, that's the other thing. How many of you use all 3 sizes? How many of you have handles for all 3 sizes? So remember, there's the 60. I'll share this with you. This is the 60. This is on sale. So if you have a 60 handle, I love mine. I mean, I have a massive 60. Okay. This is great for those big stacks when you're cutting batting, you're cutting heavier stuff. The 60 millimeter blade, of course, our 45 is our workhorse. Okay, 45. And remember, these fit your Olfa cutters with the slots, but there's also round hole versions if you have Quilter Select or Fiskars. Okay, like if you have a Fiskars like this, so this is a loop. Okay, it fits that one if you get the round hole version. Okay, but then there's also the 28. Dan, you have an 18? I have not seen an 18. Interesting. I'll have to look that up. We have the 28s. This is that precision, really lightweight stuff. My little 18 is right here. Yep. Or 28, I mean. It's small. So in comparison, when I put the splash up next to it, you can see they're definitely different. Okay. Great. Yeah, most people use the 45 the most, but I just thought I would check and see how many people use the 60 and the 28 versus just the 45. Okay, so you get the free handle. Remember that enter this code at checkout. Okay, TFH20, enter that at checkout. Give you 20% off even your sale prices. So this is a great time. Okay, it's a great time to get your items, things that you need. Great to get stocked up. The kits are on sale, right? All the kits. So this is a great time to get those projects, especially if you know that you've got a retreat coming up. I always think kits are the best for retreats. I don't know what do you guys think? What do y'all think about that? Do you like taking projects where you're taking your stuff to cut, or do you like to take things that are already prepped and ready to sew and you just spend time sewing and quilting? What's the best for you? I've always wondered. I've not got to do a retreat, so I haven't got to experience it yet to see what everybody brings. I kind of want to sign up for one and just do it because I've never done it before. Just curious if anybody has a preference on that. Yeah, I mean, it'd be interesting to see what everybody brings on to do, what your project is. I've seen some places where if you sign up for the retreat, you get to, there's a project associated with the retreat. I've seen that. Depends on the mood of the day. Carrie, I love that. Oh, the other thing here, I don't know if I can show you all. If you were here with me on, I want to say my last show, and it might have been it's probably been 3 or 4 weeks ago. Well, it was before we went, it was in October, I think, the last time we talked about this. We talked about the rotating rotating cutting mats. So I got this one. This is a giant. This is a 24-inch OmniGrid rotating mat. I'm super excited to have that. This was on my Christmas list, and I got it a little early from the show itself. But thought I'd show that for those who are watching or watching on replay and know the long discussion we had on rotating cutting mats. I think I still want to get a smaller one, but I love this big one. Yeah. Okay. So Diana, I won this. This was a win. I put my name into a drawing, the Houston Quilt Market, not the quilt show. That's the one for the vendors I went to, and they said I won this and shipped it to me. And super grateful to have it. It was on my Christmas list for this year. I guess I was lucky, and maybe Santa Claus had something to do with it. But yeah, I got this, and I just got it installed. Super nice. It's not rolling as fast or as smoothly because I have my computer on here so that I can stream with you today. But to have it rotate is a dream. So super thankful. But this is really cool. It's a really cool item. But I looked into putting it in our shop, and the shipping on it is so ridiculous. I don't know what to do. So working on a solution for that, but this is a really cool item. All right. What questions does anybody have any questions today? What's on your mind? I'll answer everything that I'm allowed to answer. If you have questions, I'm happy to spend a few more minutes or a little more time here with you today. Just hanging out instead of being out in the stores. Battling, pushing carts and what have you. Just thought we'd come in and hang out for a little bit, talk about some things, make sure everybody knew what the deals were, right? Because, and again, we'll drop that link one more time, just so that you don't miss out, because these are limited time, these free gifts. They're only going to go for a little while, and kicking off the holidays, it's going to get real busy, but it's a great time to stock up. So I thought I'd make sure that we did at least one live talking about this sale so that everybody's there. The code is TFH20. Okay. It's actually on the page that I linked. You can see it, but I'll give it to you here one more time. TFH20. There we go. Just enter that into the checkout promo code area, and it'll take care of that for you. It'll automatically deduct where appropriate and take care of that for you. Remember that everything that ships in the U.S. is $4.95 flat rate. If you're shipping international outside of the U.S., it'll be $34.95 USD, so in U.S. dollars. But yeah, they're all set. So hopefully that helps out. Sandra, definitely check those things out. There's a lot that's going. I mean, even just getting your free clips and your free bag. I mean, that's a great incentive. But grabbing a kit. I mean, like, I'm just looking at. I mean, this one here I have not sewn on yet. This one I haven't done any sewing on it, but it's on my list. It's like, get this one and put it into your spring pack, right? Your spring weekender pack. Everything's pre-cut. I love this thing, and I keep going back to it because, when we put these together, we take care of a lot of the details for you. And grab a couple of these out real quick, but it's like, you can see this here. I don't go this way. So, I mean, we take the dog ear off for you already. They're already pre-cut. I mean, triangles are a pain in what to cut. And these are cut, precision cut, ready to go in the bag. Take them out, lay out your pattern, and start sewing. And I mean, this is a great time to grab it. This is a great kit. It's at a great price right now. I forget what the cost is on this one right now, the sale price is, but this is a great time to get it. This would get you into all the prizes. Get you into both the clips and the free bags, right? The quilt storage bags. Yeah, I mean, 202, you get 20% off. It's going to come down into that 180 range. It's great. Okay. All right. What questions do we have before I close things up? We've been here for a little over an hour, which I appreciate you spending the time. Really do. I mean, like I said, this is just a test to see if this made any sense. I just know that when I ran the craft stores and the quilt shops, people on Black Friday, there was the group of customers that got up early and they went out and tried to get all those special deals. And then there were the others that more restful, more rested, would come out in the afternoons and just do some casual shopping. They weren't looking for how fast can I run around all the stores and get the deals. I was just looking for stuff to do. So, it's just thought we'd give it a try and see what it looks like. Maybe something a little more next year. I'd like to do. That's a question. I mean, I know there's only 26 of you, but there'll be a lot of you coming in on replay later. Do you want to do a sew along where we say, here's the sizes, this is the color scheme we're working on, and do you want to do a sew along where we just open this thing up for a couple of hours and we put the different cams on and we sew and we make and we finish with a project or a small project? Is that interesting to anybody at all? So if you're in here and you have an opinion, please just put that in chat for me. If you're watching on a replay, likewise do the same. I'm just curious if a sew along makes sense. Maybe not with me, right? Maybe I'm not the most entertaining or the best person to do that, but maybe one of our content creators I can get organized, and we can maybe even sell a project. Maybe we say we put together a little kit that you can buy a few weeks in advance and come in and do the sew along. What do you think? Any ideas? Any thoughts on that? Diane says yes. Appreciate that. Just something different. Something different. We'll sew along, put together a package or a pattern. I know that this fabric, it's in the shop. It's not your typical strip roll. Okay, these are actually like just shy of 10 inches, but they're 2.5-inch strips, and they're in a lot of fun colors. I think I have them laid out. But like there's a placemat pattern for this one that's super fun. Could easily do that. I mean, these are fun. This is, I mean, that one's got a bunny on it, but small strip projects, maybe even a jelly roll project, maybe even a skit. All the pages, Karen, just go to the website and go to the Black Friday page I put into chat. If you scroll up, I'm going to drop it one more time. Okay. Maybe even a kit. I don't think we could do a kit in one session, right? It takes a long time to put all those things together, especially with the pressing. But I don't know. Maybe I could talk to one of the content creators who are a lot faster than me. We could do a lot of prep, but it would be hard to stay along and do a sew along that way. Like those videos that you see on our page, right? They're 30 minutes long, but there's probably 6 hours worth of work that goes into the actual sewing before they can even edit it down to that little bit. So, but yeah, you might think about some projects. Like I said, let me know what your thought is. Open to any questions. So long. Yep. Carrie would be fun. Yeah. So again, we'll reach out again and see. We've got some more live stuff coming up soon. And it's just, with the holidays, with Black Friday and all the sales and promotions and stuff, it's hard to get live all the time, but we try to do it as often as we can. But I'm working on getting some new guests to come in, and so you don't have to just listen to me. So we'll figure that out. Maybe, like I said, I do think a project would be more fun. Something along this line where we could say we're going to create a handful of blocks, or we'll do some blocks, and we'll give you the pattern ahead of time and let you come in, and we'll have some fun. Normally I do some giveaways in this one, but there's so many free giveaways with the Black Friday deal. I think we'll let those speak for themselves. I feel like anything I have here that could go would be a pittance in comparison to your free gifts through the order system. So let you do that. All right. So without any additional questions, I think I'm going to say have a great rest of your holiday weekend. If you're out with family, enjoy that time. So these are special times, the special time of the year where most people get together. And we also know that this is also the time of year where there's a lot of inclement weather and things. So please stay safe. We're here for you. Feel free to reach out anytime. My email is at the bottom. I answer every single email. If there's a question attached to it, if there's something that you need, definitely hit me up. We'll take care of you as best we can. All right. With that, I'm going to say have a great rest of your day.